All right, here. So we are joined by Leslie Sy, who is a hairstylist at Salon de Coiffure. Leslie, can you tell me a little bit about what being a hairstylist means?
Being a hairstylist means you actually make people feel better, you know? Whether you're cutting their hair, coloring it, styling it, just giving them a much better overall appearance.
What's the best part about your job?
Making people feel better. How's that?
What is a typical day like for you?
Well, days can be long, but they're just, once you get here and start getting into the day of your appointments, you just get to interact with people all day and make them feel better.
Okay. What do you have to know on an average day to do somebody's hair? So if somebody walks in and just says, I want my hair done.
Well, you have to go through a consultation and ask them, you know, do they want their hair cut? Do they want it colored? What color are they looking for? You know, as far as a cut goes, how short do you want it? How long do you want it? What do you usually do with your hair? Because if they're not going to keep it up, that's a whole nother issue, you know? They can leave here looking like the picture they picked, but they may never look like that again if they don't take the time and do it. So sometimes you ask them, what is their lifestyle like? Are they going to be able to upkeep what you're doing for them? So stuff like that.
And what do you have to know about color and mixing and color theory and all
Holy
this stuff?
smokes. It's there's a lot to it, and over the past couple of years I've dived into it more, learning more about the chemistry, about the different colors, the color wheel, knowing what the underlying pigments in people's hair so you can combat certain, you know, problems that you're going to encounter. So it can be a lot of thinking sometimes.
How has the profession changed since you first got into it until now?
Well, when I first started doing it, where I worked, it was a walk-in business. It was like fast and furious. Like, you know, the more cuts you did in a day, the more money you made, and that was the business that the lady had started out with. Now, I have a lot of colors that I do. So, I mean, I still do cuts and stuff, but I do colors now that they make me a lot of money sometimes. So, that's probably the biggest thing. I have a lot more color people.
And how do you stay up? Because hairstyles change all the time and there's constantly something new, and, you know, this, not celebrity anymore, but this Instagram influencer has their hair like this. So how do you, you know, kind of keep up with what's going on?
Well, a lot of things are all based around the same haircuts. Colors, I just do a lot of online education. We do hair shows. We haven't done those that much lately because of COVID, obviously, but finding different platforms that teach you different, new and different things. So just a lot of, I mean, it's nothing for me to be on my tablet or on my phone at night for an hour looking at different stuff, trying to figure things out. So
No, it's very interesting. So, you know, people who are trying to get into hair right now, you know, who want to make this their profession, be hairstylists, you know, what could you tell them as they're watching this?
Find good mentors, people who are going to help you learn. They're going to give you the ins of what they know. We have Becca, who is a new stylist here, and we're trying to teach her things that we know are good for her and easier for her in the long run, instead of her making mistakes that we've made and it's taken us 30 years to figure them out. So mentors are huge.
Did you have a mentor?
Probably Leanne is the biggest mentor. I mean, Tara is too. Like, and that is part of the reason that I came here. A lot of times I would go to hair shows with them, or if I was having issues and I needed help with, I'd call these guys. So that's why I decided to come work here, because they were always here. Just having people that you work with and bounce ideas off of makes it a lot easier for your day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What's a hair show?
Just where they actually just kind of, the hair shows we used to go to, you'd go to the convention center and they'd have different rooms, and it would be different brands would be there, and they would show you different things. Like if it was Mondo Verde, he would show you what his products would do. Malibu would tell you the different things that they use and how to use them. They'd have hair cutting, you know, coloring, all those, just different areas. And you'd pick what you wanted to go see and learn about. And of course they had deals on appliances and, you know, hair appliances and products and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, I once heard that somebody was telling me that no matter what, this profession will never go away.
It will not.
It's, you know, there's a lot of things that people get into. You know, for instance, we're seeing a decline in maybe drivers, or, you know, people go to school for something and that career is no longer. Even with, you know, over the counter and easy access, more access now, and products that are easier to use for your hair, I feel like what the stylist told me was true, that no matter what, people will always need somebody to cut and style their hair.
Yes. Because it's not as easy as you think. Before I went to school, I cut my husband's hair, who was my boyfriend at the time. He had to go to the barber's and get a buzz cut the next day because it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, until you learn.
Mm-hmm. And how long would you say it took you to really get into it and master that profession?
I would probably say, you know, a good 5 years. But in like 10 years, I really built up a clientele. You know, the more you do, honestly, where we started as a walk-in business, we learned to be fast and to be accurate. So that helped a lot into what I am doing today. So,
okay, I can see that. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add about, you know, being a hairstylist?
It's just it is a good profession. You get to make people, you are so much more than just a hairstylist to people. You're a therapist, you're a friend. Sometimes you can be an enemy. Some days.
Yeah.
But when they don't want to hear what you want to tell them.
Like, hey, that hairstyle is not current. Are you sure you want to do that?
That is not going to work for you.
Do you have anybody who just won't change their hairstyle no matter what? Like, they've had the same thing for...
Oh, yeah. I have people that I've done for 30 years that have done their hair exactly for 30 years the same way. They're ladies who just have short haircuts. They've tried to grow it out, and they always go back to just shoot short and layered.
Short and layered. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Cool.